Hey everyone, welcome back to Bryan's Mysteries and Adventures on Trail, and today we will be discussing the disappearance of Rachel Lakoduk back in October of 2019. So this case is very new, so please be respectful in the comments if you leave them. Remember, this is a real person with a real family and still holding out hope to find her. Rachel is 28 years old and has not been seen since she headed out on a Thursday, the Hidden Lake Trail to a popular lookout cabin in Skagit County, Washington, in the North Cascades. She was trying to hike 7 miles to a lookout point and was supposed to meet up with a friend later, but she never did, and that is when their family became concerned. Rescuers and her family thought Lakoduk might have taken shelter inside a lookout tower at the Hidden Lake Lookout when weather conditions turned snowy, Skagit County Search and Rescue said, but when the researchers reached the cabin finally on October 22nd, Lakoduk wasn't there, and not only that, there was no signs that she had ever been there, so this raised even further alarms. What was even more frustrating were the authorities were warning people that private search efforts to find the hiker who went missing would be actually an obstruction of the official recovery efforts. And while I do understand this because they can track footprints and things such as this, I can imagine it was equally as frustrating for the family and friends not being able to go out and look for their loved one. On October 18th, the National Park Service called the Skagit County Sheriff's Office to help find her, and they said that in the updated search effort, the deputies located the hiker's vehicle at the trailhead at Hidden Lake, adding that the missing hiker only planned to stay in the night at the cabin, was expected to return around 2 p.m. on October 18th. The search and rescue team tried to make its way up to the trail to the cabin of the morning of the 19th, but had to give up after reaching an elevation of around 6,000 feet because of safety concerns with weather was getting worse and worse, and there was actually avalanche danger. The cabin is perched in the North Cascades at about 6,800 feet of elevations. Another rescue attempt on October 20th nearly reached the cabin, making it as close as a few hundred yards before the searchers had to again turn around due to the treacherous conditions. This area is very rocky and very rugged, but it offers wonderful views, and this is why a lot of people go up there, as you can see. And Rachel was a wonderful photographer. She loved photography, and it's assumed that that's why she went up there to shoot some of this lovely scenery. It was reported that other hikers had seen Rachel on trail, which was now at the time covered in between 2 and 6 feet of snow. Haley Anderson, Lakoduk's sister, said that she believed her sister had a sleeping bag, water, and food. She believes she was carrying a purple sleeping bag. It looks like an enlightened equipment bag. She had a green pack and a red sleeping pad. Rachel is 5'4", about 130 pounds, brown eyes with freckles, elbow-length curly reddish hair, shoe size around a 7.5. She has a beauty mark mole on her left eye, and like I said, she was last seen on October 17th, 2019 on the Hidden Lake Trail in the North Cascades. Unfortunately, due to the treacherous conditions and actually one of the search and rescue guys falling almost 100 feet, they had to suspend the search, and eventually it went from a rescue mission to a recovery mission. The SAR teams really went all out on this search. They originally were on the ground, and then they took to the sky with helicopters, but unfortunately after 3 weeks of unsuccessful searching, the sheriff's office announced that they had to suspend all search efforts. This area is known for its very rugged terrain and harsh weather climates. Several years back, Sam Sayers went missing in this similar area, and many other hikers have become disoriented and lost in this area because when weather moves in, it can move in very, very quickly without much warning, causing any hiker to become easily stranded. And without any resources such as a Garmin or any other telecommunications device, it can be very hard to obviously signal rescuers. So it's always wise to carry a Mylar blanket, a Garmin device or other spot device, something that you can signal search and rescue. After reviewing the weather around that area during the time, the weather moved in very quickly with rain, snow, and fog, so I can understand where it would become very easily for someone that was just out on a day hike to become disoriented. And this area is very mountainous, very rugged, with lots of tough terrain, so it's always smart to, even if you're just going out for a day hike, plan accordingly. Bring extra gear, bring extra warm clothing. In my research, I found that most hikers that go missing are day hikers. It's not the long distance hikers, and this is because, generally speaking, they're not carrying extra gear like warm weather gear, like a puffy jacket. So, again, I know a lot of us are getting ready to start long distance hikes, and people will be going through this area. So, if you do find anything, again, she was carrying a purple sleeping bag, a red sleeping mat, a green pack. If you do find anything, take pictures of what you find, note the location, and contact the proper authority. She was also thought to be carrying blue Bagel trekking poles. And again, if you do find anything, never touch anything, take pictures, and contact the authorities as soon as possible. And just to recap, Rachel is 28 years old. She went missing on October 17th of 2019 in the Hidden Lake Trail in the North Cascades. She is about 5'4", 130 pounds, reddish hair, brown eyes, freckles, and has a birthmark on her left eye. She loved photography, was carrying a camera, was supposed to meet a friend later but did not show up. No one has heard from or seen her since, but hikers did see her on trail, so my thoughts and prayers go out to the family, and let's just hope they can find closure soon. If you have any information regarding this case, please contact the Skagit County Sheriff's Office at 360-416-1911. Thoughts and prayers go out to the friends and family of Rachel Lakoduk. In closing, everyone, I just wanted to say my goal with these videos is to just keep these stories alive and in the media and circulated, while still being sensitive to the family and loved ones, and just trying to help them hopefully achieve closure in one way or another. So just remember, be respectful. Remember, these are real people with real families. My hearts go out to all of them.